summer dish. This is my summer potato salad. It's really easy. We're gonna pressure cook some little new potatoes and then we're gonna bake them with some feta. I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's so good. This is absolutely delicious. It's light, it's fresh. We've got some olive oil in there, some lemon. Got a little bit of spice as well, some sesame seeds. It's really interesting dish, this one, and I do think that you should give it a try and let me know in the comments if you do. I hope these are the types of recipes that you're wanting now that the weather is getting that little bit nicer. We're in spring, but we're definitely heading towards summer now, and this is a great alfresco meal. If you haven't already seen, I've got a brand new recipe book that is out now for pre-order. So it's called 4 Seasons and it features winter, spring, summer and autumn, and we've got some beautiful seasonal recipes in the book. I know you're going to absolutely love them. It's a follow-on from my 99 Ninja Foodi recipes, no repeats of course, and just head over to my website if you'd like to pre-order your copy. There is £5 off whilst it's on pre-order, so it's well worth getting in there early. And if you have purchased anything from me before, maybe a subscription or maybe a book, you've probably racked up some loyalty points, so don't forget to use those on checkout. If you're not sure, then just message me and I will help you with that. So thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Let's go and cook this recipe. Today I'm making a beautiful potato salad. This is great for the spring, summer months that we've got ahead of us. When the sun is shining, I kind of fancy something a little bit more like this. So I've got my potatoes in here. This one's a little bit big. I'm just going to cut that one in half. So I have cut them into smallish pieces just so that we can create our potato salad easily and quickly. If you prefer to use some whole potatoes, then you would need to obviously cook them for a bit longer. So I'm going to get these under pressure. They're not going to take very long at all. I've got 250 mils of water in the bottom, keeping them really simple because I'm going to be adding lots of extra seasonings to this. And we're actually going to be baking these along with some feta afterwards. So we're literally just trying to get these tender and then they're going to be baked. So pretty simple. Make sure your pressure valve is pushed to the back on seal. Then I'm going to slide over and I want a quick release on pressure cook high, and I think I'm going to go with 3 minutes. So whilst my potatoes are under pressure, we're just going to do a little bit of prep. So I have got extra virgin olive oil, I've got a lemon, I've got olives, I've got some whole grain mustard, but you can use Dijon if you want to. I've got honey, I've got some chili flakes, I've got some Italian style herbs. I'm going to go and pick some dill out of my garden actually. And then I've got sesame seeds in here, and I've also got red onion. I've got my piece of feta. So this is for 2 people, and that for me is it's plenty of feta. If you want to use more, you can do. If you're doing it for 4, then you're going to want a whole block. So that's 100 grams. And then I've got my cherry tomatoes as well here. So let's just slice the cherry tomatoes in halves, I think is going to be perfect. So this is really nice for the warmer weather. And if you want to, you can add some cooked chicken to this salad or some other protein of your choice. But it is really tasty just as it is. Now, I normally use my Ninja bakeware set, but I'm actually cooking something else. So that's being used at the moment. So I have got a tin, but it's pretty much had it. So I'm going to put a liner into this one just so I can use it for this recipe. Okay, so let's get the feta sitting in here, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cooking the potatoes and the feta. We want to roast those up so they're really delicious and got loads of flavour. So I'm going to be zesting my lemon. I don't need loads of zest for my feta, probably around that amount. So it's probably like a quarter of a lemon zested. That's going to be plenty. I've
got some fresh thyme, so I'm just going to pull off the little leaves. We don't want the stalk. I'm going to put some black pepper onto there as well, so that's going to make it taste gorgeous. Okay, half of my Italian herbs are going on top of there as well. Just a few little chili flakes. You don't want a lot. You don't want it to be overpowering and just too spicy. And then the last thing that I'm adding over my feta is my sesame seeds. And they're going to toast beautifully when this is baked. So now you can sort of just press that down onto the feta. My potatoes have just come up to pressure, so that is perfect. Let's get our red onion peeled. I'm just going to cut my red onion into slices. You've got two options really with this. You can do it as I'm doing it here, or you can choose to actually bake it with your potatoes if you prefer your onion that way. So red onion in your bowl. Just break that all up. So we've got nice little strips of onion. And then let's get my lemon, cut that in half. And then we're going to juice this lemon. Give it a good squeeze. And then I'm going to use, we've got a little pippy bit in there actually. Let's just get that out. There you go. We're going to use half of that lemon just over the red onion like that. And then save the other half. Give that a little toss around. And just leave that to one side for now. And we might as well make our dressing as we've got our lemon juice there. You can probably hear in the background there that we've got the release on the potatoes, so they'll be done in a moment. But let's make our dressing. So into the lemon juice, I'm using extra virgin olive oil. Then I've got my mustard. Add that in. So that's a quarter of a lemon juiced. That's a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil and about half a teaspoon of mustard in there. Season this because this is going to be our dressing for our salad. So pepper and some salt, and then give this a nice mix. And then you can just dip your finger in, give it a little taste. Yum. Okay, pressure has been released. Let's open up the lid and let's have a little check on our potatoes. They are lovely and tender, perfect. I'm going to drain those. You can see those steaming away. They are lovely, really tender. So it's going to make it nice and easy for us now to just crisp those up and just create a really great salad. So I'm using the other half basically of the olive oil, so around a teaspoon, half a tablespoon. Okay, so just drizzle that over. Don't want to use too much oil. The Italian herbs that I've got left, so the other half of those, and then some more of our thyme. We need to season these, of course, as well. So some black pepper and also some salt. Let's just give those a little toss. There's not loads of oil in there, but we've got that dressing, remember, as well. So I don't want to overdo it. Lovely. Okay, so let's move our feta in. And then we just want to put our potatoes all around it. You could obviously go a little bit less with the pressure cooking. You could probably go like 2 minutes instead, and then they wouldn't be as soft. But actually, I think 3 minutes was about right, because I like them to be really tender before I roast them. These are fitting in just right. So that is our components made, and now we just need to get this in the Ninja on bake. So I'm just going to lift that in. I've put that on the rack. Let's get the lid down and let's get those baking. So I've laid out my red onions on my plate ready, and those potatoes and feta are almost done. So I've baked them on 200 degrees and I've gone for 15 minutes, and I just turned the potatoes over halfway. If you want them crispier, then just do them a little bit longer. I just wanted a nice sort of golden edge to mine. So let's lift that out. And now let's start plating up. So I'm going to grab the feta to start with. Oh, you can see it's oozy. It's oozy. Oh, yum. Look at that. That's how oozy it is. Yummy. That is going to be so delicious. So now I'm going to scatter my little potatoes all around. They're nicely seasoned. They're tender because they've been pressure cooked. And now we've got that lovely golden edge. And then we can layer this up with our tomatoes. Now there's extras that you could add to this if you want to. I'm using olives because I like them. You could add some cucumber to this salad. Get them all on there. Here comes the olives. To be honest, black olives would have looked nicer in this, but I already had these green ones in my fridge. But black ones would have really popped and made the colours even nicer on this. Then we have our dressing. So now you can just drizzle that dressing over. Oh, delicious. Love the tang of the mustard in there. Goes so well together. And then lastly, we want a drizzle of honey over this. Yes, that makes all the difference. And to garnish it, I've got some dill here. Lovely. That is my very easy summer potato salad. That is a feast, absolutely gorgeous. This feta is warm and it's oozy, and we've got all of those flavours on the top there, which just work so well. We've got the olives, potatoes, everything is just absolutely stunning. I really hope you give it a try. I know you're going to like this. Really simple and easy to achieve and make. It hasn't taken me very long at all, and what a great summer recipe.